IHI's official journey on this began on the 6th of November 2014. At that event, I read a message from the King that was printed in my grandfather's wee Bible that he received when he enlisted in the RAF. I have always found that little piece of literature striking, a snapshot of a point in history where our very culture and way of life was under great threat. In those early days, when our men and women were signing up to fight, things were not looking so good for us. Given that we have a World War II veteran with us here today, I was hoping that you would all indulge me once more to read that message. The King wrote, "To all serving in my forces by sea or land or in the air, and indeed to all my people engaged in the defense of the realm, I commend the reading of this book. For centuries, the Bible has been a wholesome and strengthening influence in our national life, and it behooves us in these momentous days to turn with renewed faith to this divine source of comfort and inspiration." 15th of September, 1939. Now that was exactly 70 years ago yesterday. 70 years ago that the Nazis started bombing my family, my cities, and my homeland. And in that time, men like Andy Carswell, living an ocean away, risked everything to come fight in a war that they could not see or hear, that was not occurring on their homeland. It was not bombing their families or their cities, yet they came. That says something very special about the likes of Andy Carswell. Indeed, that says something very special about Canadians. One more thing to note about this message from the King is its date is 15th of September, 1939. But my grandfather enlisted in September 1938. In 1938, he didn't get a little Bible. They weren't handing them out. In 1938, Great Britain and all her realm were not engaged in an existential battle. This Bible wasn't given out just because someone joined the armed forces. It was given out at an exact moment in time where being a soldier meant, and in very clear terms, that the odds were not in his favor that he may not come back. And in fact, many did not come back. Now, making the choice to be a soldier, to join the armed forces, is not one that affects only a soldier. Soldiers don't live in bubbles, they have families. I have 3 children. And as a parent, I cannot imagine sending my sons off to face bullets, fire, and death, to a place where I would be powerless to help them or to protect them. And in 1939, Canada asked its mothers and fathers to do exactly that. And today, we still ask mothers and fathers all over this great country to do exactly that. Canadian soldiers frequently risk their lives defending other countries and fighting in wars that at home in Canada they cannot see or hear, that are not threatening their house, their family, or their communities. Yet, when called, they go. There are no guarantees for those soldiers. They charge forward with a strong sense of justice and a will to get done what needs to get done, to do their duty. And to be frank and truthful, as a mother, I would much rather go myself and be blown to bits than send my child to face that. And I know there are many here today whose children are in service. And whether or not you like that they followed that path, I would bet you're proud of them. A country asks, and thanks to many selfless souls, many soldiers a country receives. And as I have said before, and will say again and again and again, a country owes. But unfortunately, some of our soldiers are not receiving the care that they need, that they are owed. They end up in a place where they have lost their family, their homes, and their communities. 3,000 to 5,000 homeless veterans live on our streets in Canada. This is unacceptable.